broadcast is an alternative video game programme. Viewers should prepare themselves for games-related jokes, nonsense and general hijinks.
From the alternative world of video games today, Caroline gorges on restaurant sims, girl-on-girl action as beach volleyball games clash, World War II is recreated by people sitting in chairs, and a not-so-decisive Group B encounter.
Hello viewers. Waiting for a bus can leave you suspended from reality, and all kinds of weird, dark questions can pop into your head. Who does hold that big key that winds up Big Ben? Where is all the dark matter in the universe stored? And should I spend the rest of my life dressed as a nun? To distract me from such weird thoughts, I've got another one of your missives, this time in the shape of a postcard from Jason, who says, "Dear When Games Attack, I'm on holiday in Papua New Guinea, and believe it or not, the kids out here are still playing SNES games. Isn't that hilarious?" No, it's not, Jason. Console deprivation is a very serious problem facing the world. In fact, there are parts of South America where they have one Virtual Boy for an entire village. The world of video games has brought us some cracking characters, but it's also provided some who redefine the phrase, "I want to punch you in the face until you drop." So today we're going to focus on the top 5 most hideous game characters. Number 5, it's the fairy from The Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. As children, we're told fairies are creatures of beauty and kindness. So it's understandable then that when you enter the fairy's domain, you expect to be greeted by a loving siren who will care for you. Instead, you get this. Some sort of third-rate manky drag queen who whisks you up in a laser thing to inspect close up her awful makeup. Quick, run before her tartiness spreads and you end up looking like her. Too late. At number 4, it's the cast of Shenmue. The boring world of this game plays host to some truly diabolic characters. Here's a cross-section of the worst. Oh lordy, where do I start? Well, there's the Scottish-Jamaican tramp, too wasted to remember when his life went down the toilet.
Please try to think.
Right, man, I'll try.
The deranged 1950s dropout Elvis wannabe.
Hey, anything for you, bro?
And our favourite, the rabbit-boiling lass who's so desperate for Rio's love she's become blind to his total lack of interest.
I can't go without letting you know how I feel.
I know.
Huh?
But right now, I don't really know how I feel.
Losers! We'll be continuing our top 5 most irritating game characters later in the show. I always find it amusing when foreign tourists try to study our bus timetables. Everybody who lives here knows they're about as accurate as your average weapons dossier. Some more insider information for you in today's Behind the Game. Somebody once sung, "War, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing." Well, they obviously didn't like oil, movies, crisp Nazi uniforms, or video games.
If you look at any war footage, there's a lot of emotion attached to it. You know, there's a lot to draw from there to create a good game. World War II Frontline Command lets you control huge squads. I mean, we can have up to 200 people on screen at any one time.
From their comfortable HQ on the banks of the River Thames, the Bitmap brothers strive to ensure the full horror of a generation's experience was fully exploited.
With the storyline and the missions, what we did was we looked at the entire war from start to end, and what we tried to pick out key missions.
We've got lots of books on the Second World War and stuff. We'll go through there, try and get as many angles of what it looks like to get a sense of scale in comparison to other things. Once we've got a reasonable idea, we then go to the computer and then we'll start building it.
Yes, with so much on screen at the same time, the art department ate junk food for months.
I get a primitive shape, such as a box. I can basically then start shaping this box. You'll end up with something like this. You've got quite a convincing shape of a tank, and we'll paint the detail, the camouflage. We've got air intakes. If you see up here, we've got the there's the tread, there's the wheels.
I just make it all up. A psychological angle was added to the game by creating a morale system.
Each unit has a specific morale. It's indicated by a little bar on screen above each unit. But also, we've kind of communicated that to the player with different levels of voice.
But more importantly, how long's that guy been working on the game?
We're on our way.
It just gives the player a little bit more of the kind of psychology of war and how you would feel in real life.
Yes, but those of us who've never actually been in one can never know what war feels like, but I'd wager it's a little different from sitting on your arse playing a video game.
We scoured the Premiership and the Championship in search of the best Pro Evolution players to stage the world's first virtual football competition. 8 pros have to compete through group rounds and knockout stages until one of them has earned the right to be crowned the When Games Attack Football Champion.
Martin Rowlands is through in Group B with 7 points. Behind him, Anthony Gardner has 4, Pretty Boy Matt Taylor 3, Stephen Bywater nothing.
Hi viewers, I've got my meaningless fixture, face and pose on today in the When Games Attack Football Challenge because this fixture is quite literally meaningless. Stephen Bywater, West Ham's keeper, against Tottenham defender Anthony Gardner. Let's start with you, Stephen, because it is your fault this is meaningless.
It's not meaningless to me. I need a point on that table. Bit of respect for myself.
Well, that's true. You are the only person I think so far in the tournament that's yet to score a solitary point. And, well, how are you going to do it, mate?
I'm going to try like a bear. Might not do it, but I'm going to try.
Try like a bear?
Try like a bear, yeah. I'm going to try like a bear.
Not a phrase. Fly like a bird.
No, I'll try like a bear.
Swim like a fish. Try like a bear. Our bear's known for the trying. I think you know, I've seen a few bears give up at the first obstacle. Winnie the Pooh, he was a lazy little thing. Give him a pot of honey. That's it. Good night. We'll discuss this later.
Discuss it later.
Or maybe not. Anthony Gardner, do you think bears try? Are they known for trying?
I know they chase people.
Yeah, not the yeah, but yeah. I'm going to chase like a bear.
Try like a bear. It's a saying.
Is it?
Of course it is.
Where you're from?
Where I'm from, yeah.
Where you're from, they hunt ferrets and stuff like that, though, don't they? Next week on Stereotype City. So, Anthony, you know, no pressure on you. Apart from the fact, if you get a good win, you can come top of the group.
Yeah.
Is that important to you?
Yeah. Come top of the group. I always want to come top of the group, and then I could play the so-called weaker of the two in the next week. So
that's true.
Yeah. I need to come top of the group, I reckon.
Yeah, there is that. Okay. Well, I hope for all our sakes it's more interesting than it looks on paper. This game today. In fact, I suppose the most exciting thing would be if you got absolutely humped. I suppose that's what the crowd want, don't they, Stephen?
Yeah, they do.
Let's see if it happens. Join us after the break.
Before we go, there's just time to see who are the third and second to most irritating characters in video games. At number 3, it's that cookie dude, Voodoo Vince.
This can't be good.
No. He's irritating because, like Jim Davison, King Herod and Michael Fish, he thinks he's funny, but he isn't. Whether walking or jumping around, Vince loves to snap a wisecrack comment guaranteed to split your sides.
That's gonna bruise.
Yeah, brilliant. But what's even better is these comedy gems are handed out nearly every second.
Nice to be back.
Stop, you're killing me!
Bye now. Nice to meet you.
At number 2, it's Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Gamers want to be Solid Snake because he's a hard, rugged, masculine man. Gamers didn't want to be Raiden because he was a girl. Well, technically he wasn't, but you could never be sure. Next to Snake, he looked like a blonde ballerina. And even today there's a small part of me that looks at him, her, and goes, humana, humana. Even the president wasn't sure.
What have you... What the...
You're a man?
And if there's a weirder bit in video game history than that, I'd like to see it. Stay tuned to discover the most irritating game character ever after the break. Coming up in the alternative video game show, Caroline in uniform for a reason, beach volleyball babes grapple for dominance, and the most irritating video game character ever. But first, it's time to join Stevie Morgan in our Football Challenge commentary box for Stephen Bywater's Brazil against Anthony Gardner's Holland.
Thanks a lot, Dominic. And it's Brazil in possession as this meaningless fixture, as you described it, gets underway. But there's nothing meaningless about the way these two teams play. Just look at that, they're flying all over the pitch.
That's a foul. That's a foul. That's a penalty.
Well, the referee has said that the second challenge was a foul. That one was clean, but this one was dirty. Very dirty. But it's Holland now on the attack. Can they draw first blood?
What a save.
But they can't, and it was an impressive save. But look at Anthony Gardner. He's not happy. He knows his shooting is not on cue, and the first half comes to an end, and Holland will get the second half underway. It's 0-0, and just look at the way they weave through the Brazilian defence. Can anybody stop them? Yes, they can.
They got the ball, didn't they?
Well, Stephen Bywater says he got the ball there, but the referee has awarded the second yellow card to Brazil, and this is the free kick which goes straight into the wall. But again, Holland in possession. Can they score? Oh, wow. Stephen Bywater once again trying like a bear, as he said he would do. Just look at him. He's very bear-like, actually. He's got very hairy palms. But he's hungry like the wolf as well. But he's going to have to do something to stop Anthony Gardner's Holland on the attack. And it's 1-0. They'll be toasting with the lager beers in Holland tonight. It's 1-0 to Holland. And even though he was trying like a bear, he couldn't stop them. Can Stephen Bywater's Brazil get something out of this? No! The final whistle goes and it ends 1-0 to Holland.
Anthony Gardner, I looked over at you when you scored that winning goal. You weren't punching the air with joy. You didn't look to be that happy.
No, it's because I can't find my shooting. It's getting me down a bit. Hopefully I'll find it in my next game. Hopefully I'll get there.
You are against Alexis Nicholas, who was pretty tasty in the other group.
Yeah, I've heard he was toying about a bit. So
yeah, he was.
And he still came top. So I want to feel my best form.
Yeah, you'll get humped.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope I'll be back here standing here and saying I won.
Okay, we'll see. Right. Oh, goalie. Oh, Stephen, I thought you were going to get your first point of the tournament there.
No goals, no points. Gutted.
Again, I know I keep saying this here, but again, it was a really good start.
Yeah, it's taking part that counts, though, you know. I'm here just to have a bit of fun, bit of fun with my mates.
Yeah.
If they win, do you know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, though.
Take on the chin.
You know what you tried like?
Tried like a bear, didn't I?
You certain. Now I know what it means. I was looking at you. Do you know what I was thinking? Grr. That's it. Grr. I could see that inside you. So if we look at the final table from Group B, we will see that Martin Rowlands from QPR just edges it on goal difference ahead of Tottenham's Anthony Gardner. Pretty boy Matt from Pompey, he was there on 3 points and the goal. So that means the semi-final draw is Anthony Gardner against Alexis Nicholas and Martin Rowlands against Scott Fitzgerald. Join us next time for the first of those.
One says black, the other says white. One says left, the other says right. They never can agree. The Xbox plays interviews with DC. Time to cook their fuse to bed as Queenie and head to head.
We focused a lot this series on gratuitous fun games. This week we're facing a couple of contenders in categories that require as much on mental brain power and long-term thinking as they do finger strength. So, Cuddly's going for Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, and up against there's Queenie with Summer Heat Beach Volleyball. The first category, and it's sure to be a very powerful deciding one, graphics.
The visuals in Summer Heat Beach Volleyball rank high. Texture mapping and court detail are good, while the swooping camera angles make each scene dynamic. It's easy to see why Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball's graphics are one of its most appreciated assets. The female characters look realistic, even if some parts seem a little exaggerated. But which game do you think offers the best eye candy? 58% of the 100 gamers we surveyed said DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball had the better graphics. Round 1 to DOA Extreme, 2 more rounds to go.
Whoa. After an extremely hard-fought round then, Dead or Alive Volleyball just shades it for cuddly, probably due to the Xbox's monstrous processing power. It means that the gravitational effects on certain objects are incredibly realistic. Round 2. Gameplay.
Playing Summer Heat Beach Volleyball is at times a surprisingly deep experience. Gamers can develop their own personal technique and style by mastering the delicate skills of serving, passing, defence and offensive play. On the other hand, DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball's control system is relatively simple. All the moves are situational, so you just have to press the right button at the right time. It's easy but perfect for an all-round party atmosphere. But which game plays best for you? %53% of those surveyed said Summer Heat Beach Volleyball offered better gameplay. Summer Heat draws even in round 2. One more round to go.
So, Queenie pulls it level thanks to the tactical nature of the controls in Summer Heat Volleyball, especially when you're playing it with one hand. Alright, here's the final deciding category. The loser gets to forfeit, remember. Round 3. Lifespan.
Summer Heat Beach Volleyball's 4-player mode is truly addictive. Multiplay is where the game really comes into its own, involving enough strategy, tactics and aggression to satisfy the most competitive gamer. If DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball fans tire of playing the sport, they can entertain themselves with the various mini-games. They can gamble in the casino and spend their winnings on fashion items for their female companions. But which game do you keep playing? %54% of you said DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball had the longer lifespan. Round 2 to DOA Extreme. Making Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball our winner at 2 rounds to 1.
So, Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball just shades it, although let's be honest, you'd gladly take either one of them on a wet Sunday afternoon when your parents aren't in. So, Queenie, don't look so crestfallen. No, because we love both games equally, we're not going to give you a hard forfeit today. Cuddly's just going to give you a wee cuddle. Oh, hold her down. Here we go. The problem with you, Queenie, is you're just too frosting. Join us next time for another head-to-head.
Time now to reveal our #1 example of the most irritating game character. First, a recap of those that just fell short. At number 5, it's the freaky transvestite fairies from Zelda. At number 4, the dull and weird plebs from Shenmue. In 3, Voodoo Vince and his dreadful one-liners. And at 2, is it Martha or Arthur? It's Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 2. But the #1 example of the most irritating game character is a bit of a surprise. Hey, someone so foul, so irritating, so sick we want to pluck out our own eyes. He is Tingle from The Wind Waker, and he does this. Yes, that's right, he does. Oh, without doubt the most irritating character in games. Die, 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 die!
Feet on the chair, I don't care. The official list of people declared enemies of the state of Japan is a short one. Former Communist Party leader Mao Zedong, North Korean idiot Kim Jong-il II, and me. So it's probably for that reason the producer decided that our features from this fine country should be presented by the gorgeous Caroline Flack instead.
You know, being a TV presenter isn't all it's cracked up to be. I mean, the money's rubbish for a start. I've got to work part-time at this Tokyo curry house just to make ends meet. Coco Ichibanya is a popular fast food chain that offers a wide range of made-to-order curries. Like bus and train drivers before them, the employees of Coco have found themselves subjected to a peculiar Japanese phenomenon, that of making video games out of ordinary jobs. Coco Ichibanya, the game, is an effective mixture of time-critical joypad skills and logic puzzles. As a Coco employee, you need to keep control of an increasingly busy restaurant, making sure the different requirements of portions, sauces and special orders are fulfilled precisely. It's a bit like a slapstick version of Tetris, and every bit as challenging as its real-life model.
Sausage curry.
Certainly. But why make a game out of a fast food chain?
When we decided to make a curry game, the thing we liked about these guys is that they have an automation system which is very much like a game in itself anyway. So we thought it would make an interesting challenge.
Tell me, what's the objective of the game?
The objectives of the game are very clear. You become a new employee, and you work your way up through the ranks and become a manager of your own branch. And then you have won the game.
So have you thought of any other obscure jobs that might make good games? Things like run traffic warden or go gynecologist? Coco Ichibanya is not the only restaurant sim on the market. Gamers who want to pursue their fast food career can try their hand at Yoshinoya, a game based on the noodle chain that is everywhere in Japan. I wonder how many noodles the developers had eaten when researching the game.
Nothing other than what we would normally do. I'm a massive fan of Yoshinoya anyway. I go and eat there a lot. You can see that close to our building here we have a Yoshinoya, and the people in the development team are in there pretty much every day, munching away.
The basic principle of Yoshinoya is more like a music game, in which you have to keep in time by following an escalating series of button moves. It even has its own boss levels.
For the boss levels, what happens is a tricky customer, or a very particular customer, goes into your Yoshinoya, and you have to give this guy all your attention, one-on-one, because he's going to want his Gudon beef bowl done perfectly. If you manage to fulfill all his painstaking requests, then you clear that boss level.
With boss levels, bonus levels and combos, both fast food sims are anything but throwaway novelties. They're intricately designed games that frankly are a damn sight better than many titles released by major publishers. It's a refreshing example of dedication and originality winning out over another dreary sequel or movie tie-in. I'll tell you what, these restaurant simulation games are a lot of fun, but in real life, working in a Tokyo curry house absolutely sucks.
Well, my bus journey took a little bit longer than expected, 7.5 years as opposed to the promised 20 minutes. I'm off to let my family know I'm still alive. See you next time.